burden caused by the virus. So FEMA will provide financial help for COVID-related funeral expenses Americans have incurred after January 20th of 2020. The money will be available beginning in April. FEMA saying details are still being finalized and a hotline is being set up to apply for the money. The death must have occurred in the U.S. and the death certificate must list COVID-19 as a cause of death. Alex Stone, ABC News.
Police say a man was arrested with a rifle and ammo near the official vice president's residence at the Naval Observatory in Washington. Ms. Harris and her husband not living there. The place is being renovated. Charged with murder, Robert Long. He's admitted to the deadly Atlanta area shooting spree that left 8 people dead, say police. Most of the victims were women of Asian descent. Police say the 21-year-old claims he didn't act out of racism. Georgia State Rep Sam Park, whose parents were born in Korea, speaks for that community in his district.
We'll continue conversations with community leaders, with small businesses, figure out ways in which we can ensure that members of our community, both in the business sector as well as in the private sector, are safe.
Storms are battering the South. Possible tornadoes, tennis ball-size hail, and more. Meteorologist Brad Nitz, WSB in Atlanta.
My family's going to be sleeping in the basement tonight. You want to think about where your safe place is in your house. Have that plan now.
60 million Americans on alert for major severe weather outbreak. The White House is reviewing requests from Mexico and Canada for vaccine doses and is considering those requests carefully, says Press Secretary Jen Psaki. You're listening to ABC News.
Have you ever thought you'd like to buy and sell houses but didn't know how or where to get the money? My name is Ron LeGrand, and over 39 years, I bought over 3,000 houses without using my money or credit and taught thousands to do the same. Today, even in a COVID environment, we buy nice houses in nice neighborhoods using no banks, realtors, contractors, license, or other costly entanglements, and build big cash flow and huge wealth without the hassle of tenants, and all without using credit or little or no money. Text radio to 620-622-5500, and I'll send you my free training and show you how it's done. I promise it'll open the door to a new lifestyle that doesn't involve risk or rehabs and can quickly replace your current income. That's radio to 620-622-5500, and let me show you how to take your life back and build cash flow and wealth from your home. Text radio to 620-622-5500. That's radio to 620-622-5500.
A federal report finds disparity in the COVID vaccine launch.
The CDC says that in the first 2.5 months of the COVID vaccine rollout, vaccination rates were nearly 2% higher in privileged counties than in counties it described as vulnerable, based on economic factors and others. The report said a few states saw the opposite effect, Arizona, Montana, West Virginia, and Minnesota among them, as it says those states have been targeting vaccines to vulnerable communities. The report did not say if the disparity is the result of access to vaccines or other challenges such as hesitancy to get vaccinated. Mark Remillard, ABC News.
China responds.
In the wake of 24 more U.S. sanctions placed on Chinese officials by the U.S. over Beijing's policy on Hong Kong, the Chinese have been expressing their disdain. A Foreign Ministry spokesman in Beijing says the move, quote, fully exposes the U.S. side's sinister intention to interfere in China's internal affairs, disrupt Hong Kong, and obstruct China's stability and development. China, in response, plans to take strong measures to, as it sees it, defend its national sovereignty, security, and development interests. Tom Rivers, ABC News at the Foreign Desk.
Arizona State University astronomers say a strange 148-foot interstellar visitor to our solar system discovered in 2017 was likely a Pluto-like world remnant made of frozen nitrogen and shaped like a cookie. Not all scientists agree with that. This is ABC News.
Cancel culture. Now they want to ban Dr. Seuss books. Watch Newsmax TV as it exposes cancel culture's dangerous agenda. Tune into Newsmax TV for blockbuster shows with Greg Kelly, Grant Stinchfield, Rob Schmidt, and more. Newsmax TV is on all major cable systems. If you don't get it, call your operator. Newsmax is free on smart TVs and Roku, YouTube, Zumo, and Pluto. And download the free Newsmax app on your phone and start watching. Millions already are. So should you.
Chuck Severson, ABC News.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Illinois Army National Guard, aired by the Illinois Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey, football fans, score big when you order award-winning amazing pizza from Pizza Mia. Find out why customers continuously come back for that one-of-a-kind pizza and amazing chicken. Whether it's their famous thin crust pizza or barbecue ribs, you're sure to be satisfied. Planning a family gathering or event, Pizza Mia has a full catering menu to choose from. Check out one of their locations in New Lenox and Homer Glen. You can see their full menu, and to order online, visit pizzamiaonline.com. That's pizzamiaonline.com.
It's Wednesday night. Edgy Tim is here. Coach Rod is here. The best high school football fans in the state are here. It's time for Pigskin Preview. Coaches, players, fans, and experts. You get them all right here on Pigskin Preview. Powered by State Farm agents Kevin Malloy and John Wright.
All right, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of digging the opening this year.
That's awesome.
Scott Childers hooking us up with the intro, hooking us up with the live stream. What can't that guy do?
That's right.
Welcome to the spring edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. Yeah, folks, it's kind of weird for everybody, but you know what? Gosh darn it, we're back, Joe.
Yep.
Joe, it's been like – you've got like great-grandkids now. It's been so long since we've been doing this show.
Not quite, but it's great to see you and Evan, that's for sure. Live.
Yeah, there's no doubt. So Evan Bredesen is here. He is running the board behind the scenes. I am Edgy Tim, your host, for the next 2 hours. And the handsome guy over to my right, socially distanced, I would add. We are socially distanced here. I have a nice partition here between Evan and then, of course, Joe is on the other end of the room. We've always been big believers in being socially distant, Joe.
Especially the three of us.
We're close, but not too close. So
right.
It works for us.
It does.
It's kind of like a marriage.
Yeah, we were. Yeah. we were already that way even before the pandemic.
Yeah, so. There's no doubt. So again, I can't even describe how good it is to be back.
Yep. Oh yes.
I mean, we were doing our own thing at home on Zoom and StreamYard and doing our thing, but to be back in the studio is a good feeling. And again, just first of all, got to be thankful to our sponsors as always.
Yes.
Our guys, State Farm agents, John Wright and Joliet, Kevin Malloy and New Lenox, and they're the reason we're here, Joe.
Yes, indeed.
And in this pandemic and everything that's gone on, and we're going to get into this as we start digging into this evening. You got to be really thankful for those sponsors, because otherwise coverage is going to go away. Things are going to dry up. And so we're very thankful and grateful to be back here to thank them. And also our guy, David, Pizza Mia is back. And it warms my heart to have a pizza sponsor on our show. It just does. It's something Joe, I think we're all about.
Yep. Just about every Friday at the Rowdy Girl household. I know we get it.
All right. Well, we have the next 2 hours. We are going to talk IHSA football in spring and what all this is going to mean and what to expect and what there is not to expect and what might happen, what could happen, what maybe might happen. There's a lot to go over. So let's get into this. The WJOL broadcast schedule is as follows. This Friday, 6 o'clock kickoff. And see, we already have something different to begin with. Folks, we'll get into capacity limits and what have you. I guess the best rule of thumb, Joe, if you're thinking of going to a game, you better check with your local school.
Yes.
Because everyone's policy is different. Okay, the state said 20% of capacity. Every stadium is different. Every school is handling things differently. I think the key phrase going into the spring season, we've talked about it, patience.
Yes, I agree.
Everyone needs to have patience. There's going to be delays. There's going to be hassles. There's going to be problems. You know, from the media side to the fan side, we already know of games being delayed and postponed.
Yep.
Shouldn't even say delayed. If you can't find a game, you're done. You're not going to be able to make it up. So you're going to have to deal with a lot of that this year. But again, so broadcast schedule Friday, 6 o'clock kickoff, Bolingbrook at Lincoln Way East. Evan Bredesen and Joe Rodriguero on the call Friday night. So looking forward to bringing you that ball game. And Joe, again, we have a full guest slate. We're open here in the first slot, but joining us tonight, Mark Coghlan from Providence, Jake Jaworski from JCA, George Chart from Lockport, and John Ivo from Bolingbrook. So we have a full show. Your calls always welcomed as always. That's never changed. Love to get your phone calls. If you're watching us online on Facebook or YouTube, hello everybody. We're thrilled to be here with you. You can see handsome Joe on the screen, and I'm on the screen as well. And you can also text us. You can text us any questions. We have a chat box right there. If you have any questions, you hit us live in the studio. We might even use it if you send it to us and it's, relatively clean. And, we're not going to let everything go through, but, we'll welcome your comments online as well. But if you want to call the show, 815-254-7300. We would love to hear from you all show long. Just remember, when we got coaches, it's a little hard to sneak in the phone calls, but we'll do what we can.
Yes.
815-254-7300. And Joe, the week 1, 2021 spring WJOL edgytim.com Big 5 rankings are as follows.
Number 5, we have Lockport. At number 4, Providence Catholic. At number 3, Joliet Catholic. At number 2, Bolingbrook. And number 1, it seems like they're there every year, Lincoln Way East.
And again, that is the WJOL edgytim.com Big 5 for the first week of the spring season. It's so bizarre.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Hey, real quick, we're going to take a break and come back. But when we do, we're going to continue to look ahead, break down some games, and then we will also have guests coming up. So again, thanks for hanging in there with us. Edgy Tim here with Coach Joe. This is the week 1 spring edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports.
This is an advertisement. Paid non-attorney spokesperson Ricky LeBlanc admitted in Massachusetts only. Sokolov Law LLC, Chestnut Hill, Mass. Paul J. Morgan, Winter Park, Florida. Greg Hoppy, New Jersey. Michael Bro Gonzalez, admitted Louisiana. This firm maintains joint responsibility. Most cases of this type refer to other attorneys for principal responsibility. Mesothelioma. If you know what mesothelioma is, you or someone you love has likely been affected by this devastating cancer. You may be entitled to compensation. Call Sokolov Law today. 1-800-578-2400. The only known cause of mesothelioma is asbestos exposure. Thousands of U.S. veterans and trade workers are at risk for the disease. Nearly $30 billion in court-ordered trusts has been set aside to pay money to asbestos victims. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call now. You may be able to receive compensation without ever going to court or filing a lawsuit. Call for a free legal consultation at 1-800-578-2400. That's 1-800-578-2400. 1-800-578-2400.
Heard about the Poop Fix Challenge? This is Dr. Rick. Poop Fix works for my patients without laxatives, probiotics, fiber, diarrhea, or constipation because of its revolutionary ingredients. It means a gentle, clean, and easy bowel movement first thing in the morning. It's the easiest way to slim your waist fast by reducing bloating. Poop better, not more, by trying the Poop Fix Challenge at poopfix.com. That's poopfix.com.
Sandy here. Thank you, Dr. Rick. I love Poop Fix. No bloating, diarrhea, or constipation. Just an easy, clean bowel movement first thing every morning.
Jean here. Thank you, Dr. Rick, for Poop Fix, because I used to dread going to the bathroom, but now it's so quick, clean, and easy.
Nisha here. Poop Fix is a lifesaver because it helps me go first thing in the morning, and I feel so clean and light all day. My husband uses it and loves it too. We both feel so light and clean.
Bob here. The Poop Fix Challenge really changed my life. I didn't realize how much easier, better, and consistent my bathroom time could be. Wow. Do the Poop Fix Challenge at poopfix.com.
High school football on 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. It is the spring week 1 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL. Yeah, I know it sounds weird. It sounds weird to say it, but that's where we're at right now. Edgy Tim here, along with the coach Joe Rodriguero, Evan Bredesen spinning the dial, and nice to also have Scott Childers helping out and hanging out and helping us a little bit. We're getting the live stream going, and so far so good, Joe.
Yes, so far.
I know you draw a big audience. Again, Joe voted the sexiest man over 50, I think, for like 7 years in a row now.
Well,
So.
now I'm over 60. Well, way over 60.
I wasn't going there. That's up to you. I'm just throwing it out there.
When I was getting all my stuff ready, of course, you see the folder that I've got. It's got all this, the big word punch in, punch out, but I was going through all my Pigskin Preview stuff, and as I was going through it, I looked at the state championship game from 2020 or actually 2019.
Yep.
And it said November 30th. So I did a little calculating.
How many days?
443 days.
It's crazy.
It is.
Crazy. And then you add on if you played on a team that didn't make the playoffs.
It's long, yeah.
It's another 4 weeks, 5 weeks to subtract off.
Yep.
It's a long time, my friend.
Yeah, it sure is.
All right. We are, again, phone lines are open, 815-254-7300. If you don't get through right away, keep trying. We'll get to you. There's no doubt about it. We'd love to hear from you. I know hopefully some of our regulars are still out there.
Yes.
Let's explain the Wednesday night change. I know everyone's very, very in their ways, and everyone wants Thursday because that's what we've always done.
Right.
By the way, season 18, if you're keeping track of Pigskin Preview.
Okay.
Decided on Wednesday because if you've seen the WJOL broadcast schedule, there's quite a few games that are scheduled on Thursday during this. A lot of it has to do with Easter week, trying to work around that weekend. So a lot of games are on Thursday, and there's actually a couple other weeks where the schedules are a bit different. So, that's why we did it, and it could very well be just for the spring. We'll see how things go. But for the spring, you can hear us every Wednesday night from 6 to 8. You can hear us on 1340 WJOL, WJOL.com, my Facebook page, YouTube under the Edgy Tim channel. So there's lots of ways you can get to us. Your thoughts, being a teacher, an educator, how many days left until you retire? How many?
I'm not really. I think it's in the 40s. I don't really know. Like I said, our break is in a couple weeks, and that's when I'll get excited when April rolls around. But there's a lady that's retiring with me. She's one of the front door keepers, as I call it, and she's keeping track of the dates. And I think she yelled at me the other day, 45 or so. So, we will see. I'm excited. Again, I'm excited because I get to see high school sports.
Yeah, I know.
When, again, we talked about the basketball season, and I know I mentioned on the show a couple weeks ago, at Lamont, they had a great season. They lost one game, and I never got a chance to see them play. I had kids in the classroom, and we talk about the games and stuff, but it's just not the same. I mean, their parents got a chance to see them, but again, I like to go to the games. As you know, we go to the high school basketball games during the wintertime.
Yep.
And this is exciting for me because not only is it a high school sport, it's football, my second favorite sport, baseball being first, but it's going to be exciting for me, going out there with Evan. I know we're going to be in the elements, but that's okay. It doesn't matter to me. It's high school football, and that's
what he's saying now. Wait till
about 8:30 Friday night.
I'll tell you what, Rick DeMaio better be on that forecast this spring.
Oh, I'll just tell Debbie, hey, just get the shower ready when I come in. I just want to walk in. But no, seriously.
Hey, what you and your wife do on your own time, we don't want to hear about it on Pigskin Preview here.
In that pandemic, But yeah, it's exciting just to see and with being outside and being in the bleachers, and we know we're going to have a crowd there, which is going to be nice, and it's going to be outside, and hopefully everybody will be cautious and nobody causes any problems in the stands. And I don't see that happening because people are hungry for athletics, and just talking about the spring season in baseball, there's going to be a lot. I don't know how they're going to control the crowds, but there's going to be people up and down the foul territory because again, it's going to get warmer outside.
But at least it's outside.
Yes.
In baseball, you don't get the grouping
jammed together.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. So, I agree. Like I said,
the big concern in this has been from the get-go, and we talked about it. People want to go from 0 to 100. in 1 week.
Yep.
I mean, and we're just not going to be able to do it.
No.
I mean, the coaches will tell you, they'll tell you when we talk to them, they're going to tell you how great their team looks and everything. Look, the reality is they're crawling their way of getting back to where they feel comfortable and the kids are comfortable. And I'm telling you, Joe, right now, if you get a close game going into the second half, it's going to become a battle of who can stay in shape long enough, because you're going to have some incredibly tired kids in that second half, because as you all know, it just takes a while to get into football shape.
Right.
It's just not going to happen right
And
away.
the interesting thing to me is, we've got a Titanic matchup right off the bat. And what's going to be interesting to me is we always talk about first week, the second week, or whatever. And it's just going to be interesting to see how these two teams react to this game, week number 1.
Yeah, it is. So that is the game of the week. It's going to be Bolingbrook at Lincoln Way East. That's a 6:00 kickoff on. Sorry about that. I just covered my camera. 6:00 kickoff on Friday. Joe and Evan Bredesen will be on the call. You can hear that on 1340 WJOL and WJOL.com. Tons of area games. You know what? Let's go through a game or two, and then we're going to have to go to a break and bring in our first guest. We're going to save the first one, obviously, for our first guest at 6:25.
And the second one.
And the second one, and the third one. No, we'll talk a little bit about Joliet Catholic at St. Lawrence. Big plans for the Hilltoppers this year. I mean, I don't think there was any doubt, or I should say going into 2020, some huge plans.
Right.
A lot of talent, a lot of high expectations. By the way, Hilltopper fans, here's something to consider and we'll get into Jaws with this. Fenwick, no week 1 game due to COVID concerns. So they are not playing NAS. That was going to be my game for Friday. We'll ask Jaws if he's heard anything regarding week 2. Because
it happened at Fenwick, it happened at Fenwick. Okay.
JCA is supposed to play at Fenwick. Well, Fenwick plays at Triton College, so it's supposed to be week 2 game. We will see. But again, we talk about you're going to have all this, 6 separation to Joe Rodriguero, where this school goes down and it affects this A, B, C, and D all the way down the line. It's going to continue. St. Lawrence, a good amount of starters back. So there's going to be experience there. I know Darius Wilson, who's our quarterback's an Army commit. Very solid team. But again, you just don't know what you're going to get.
Right. And when I got the cheat sheet, as we call it, from you yesterday, just looking at some of these games, I'm saying, how do we usually predict what it's a coin toss, especially because you just don't really know what you're going to get.
No, you don't at all.
But some very good matchups, though. That's for sure.
And again, schedule wise, it's conference play. It's
exactly
the only time you're going to get non-conference play is if there was a cancellation.
Right.
And you were able to match up with someone. But
I got a question. Is it again the CDC and the Illinois Department of Health? We changed the rules from day to day. Is it 10 days that they can't, or is it 2 weeks?
Question, because I know there's been different interpretations of that rule.
Okay.
So
no, because if it's 2 weeks, Joliet Catholic doesn't play week 2.
Right, but it might be the 10 days.
Okay.
We'll find out. I don't know if Jaws will know anything, but we will certainly ask.
Right.
Coal City hosting Streeter, again, a 6:00 kickoff. And also a lot of cases, Joe, most schools, and we'll ask the coaches when we have them on, you're not going to get sophomore than varsity. You're just going to get varsity on Friday night.
Right.
And then they're going to play totally separate for sophomore or JV or freshman or soft frosh, however schools are doing it. So
and doing the games on the radio, it puts a smile on my face because you know that it's like a playoff game. You're going to start at 6:00.
Yeah. Yeah. Bummer, huh?
Yeah. And hey, this year I might be able to park on the east side of Lincoln Way East instead of the west side.
Maybe.
Before I'll have to report to you on that. Yeah.
We'll hold out hope.
I'm going to report that to you when I get there.
We'll hold out. So again, we will tread through the waters as we will.
Yes.
As we continue. I've already got people hitting me up on social media about cancellation. So we'll get into that as well. We're going to step aside and take a break. When we come back, we'll go out to our first guest. You know him, you love him. The head man in charge of Providence Catholic, Mark Coghlan will join us. You are listening to the spring week 1 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News, Talk, Sports.
I'm one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body.
I'm living in the moment and taking Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy.
Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com.
Patients taking Ibrance can develop low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infections that can lead to death. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs that can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are pregnant, breastfeeding, or plan to become pregnant. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Welcome to Jiffy Lube Digital Car Care with My Jiffy Lube. My Jiffy Lube will give you access to knowing what services are recommended ahead of your service visit. You can also research and understand why recommended services are essential to the health of your vehicle. Go to ChicagolandJiffyLube.com for details. Save time with the convenience of My Jiffy Lube, the service you can depend on at the convenience you control. Go to ChicagolandJiffyLube.com for details.
Pigskin Preview with Edgy Tim on 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. It is the spring week 1 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News, Talk, Sports. Edgy Tim here along with the coach Joe Rodegaro, Evan Bredesen spinning the dials. And Joe?
Yes, sir.
For some reason, this guy continues to pick up our phone calls. I don't know why. And
Yeah, well,
I kind of don't want to know why, but he does.
Yes, he does.
We are thrilled to bring in the head coach of Providence Catholic, Mark Coghlan, to the show. Mark, welcome aboard.
Hey, thanks, guys. It's great to be on, and I'm honored to be your first one here this season.
That's how we planned it. Our favorite coach would be on first. And you know, it's only been how many days, Joe?
443.
We've waited 443 days to talk to you, Cogs.
Wow. Painful days.
Yeah, painful. You're right, Cogs. You are absolutely correct. Usually when we talk to you, we're at an establishment and really enjoying ourselves outside. But this will have to do for this year.
I'll take it.
Yes, for sure.
How has practices gone? I know that, you know, the kids have been through so much, Cogs, with all this. It's been amazing. And I think you need to talk a little bit about how the school has handled this. And you guys have been able to basically stay in school for the most part during all of this. And a lot of credit goes around for that as well.
Yeah. I know we talked, I don't know when it was, a month or two ago. And, you know, we're doing the hybrid learning and still doing it. And it's going well. I mean, maybe, you know, a little issue here and there, but the school takes care of it. And, you know, that end of it was good. Now, it certainly made it rough on us trying to get things accomplished. You know, something as simple as going to the weight room. Well, we can only have 18 kids in there at once. So, you know, we have to come in different shifts, or kids are working out at other places. You know, we can't use the locker rooms. So even now at practice, you know, some kids come right from home if they're at home that day. So they come right to the field dressed.
Yeah.
Other kids got to drop stuff off in the morning and then, you know, put it on in the locker room, but you can't be in there long, can't use lockers, can't shower. So there's all kinds of crazy things like that, different practice times because we got to share the field with the soccer team. And, you know, there's all these special times that we're in. It's tough on everybody.
Cogs, first of all, before we really get talking about your team a little bit, as an old guy myself, how are the two old guys on the staff, Purgie and Terry Gross, doing?
They're doing well. Terry's still kind of staying away a little bit. He's had his different illnesses.
Right.
Want to push things. So, and Purge too, for the most part. But if we're outside, Purge will be out there. He won't come inside for any meetings. But we had a rough one today. This as far as the weather.
Yeah. Oh God, yes.
I got in about 20 minutes ago, and I was soaked, so I got to put on all dry clothes, and I'm still chilled. So I'm sure Betty's listening. I'll be coming home for some of that homemade soup.
There and a hot shower. You know, offensively, you've got four guys. You know, you got Kevin Conway, Aaron Vaughn, Jamison Gears, who I think is a tremendous player, and Michael Alvarado. So you've got some players offensively that are going to, defenses are going to pay a lot of attention to, even though it's these 6 games. And I know Gears is already committed to Minnesota, I believe it is.
Yeah. Yep.
And with Conway and Vaughn, offensively, those are the players you want to have as far as the specialty type things are concerned. But again, I think you have to rebuild, if I read this correctly, the offensive line. How is that going this year so far?
Yeah, it's going well with the O-line. I mean, we're going to be young. We don't have one returner on the O-line, and I don't even think the D-line. But we do have a center, Dawson Crowley, who saw a little bit of action last year, and he really worked hard in the offseason. So he's going to be the anchor for us. We have a transfer kid that transferred in from Ohio, and he's a senior, Kevin Spellman, and he's really going to help us out. So those two are our main guys. Besides that, it's going to be a bunch of juniors, and we're still trying to figure things out, and we'll be rotating some guys until we, figure out what the best combination is. So, yeah, we're going to be young. But, Joe, it's funny you mentioned those 4 guys, Conway, Vaughn, Gears, and Alvarado. You must have snuck through my office here, because on my little notes of things I would talk about, those are the 4 guys I listed as well.
Sorry, Cogs. But, I just remember those really 4 guys from last year, too. I mean, I was looking over my notes last night, and I know you were at practice. I was going through some things. That's where I came up with the 443, because the last time I did a game was November 30th, the 8A state championship game in 2019.
Don't relive that, please.
Oh, yeah.
We'll tell the story. Edgy After Dark will have the story.
It was not a good booth, but that's okay. But that's okay. But again, I just, I enjoyed watching those kids play. And I know they're coming back, and I'm looking forward to seeing them again.
Yeah, I mean, it's really we have a great group of skilled players coming back. I mean, you mentioned them. Kevin Conway, a quarterback, can do so many things. We know about Aaron Vaughn, great back. Gears, we just got to find ways to get him the ball. I mean, he's a playmaker too. So we have playmakers. We even have this Max Dillman is another running back that saw some good action when Vaughn was hurt. He's very good. Braden Garrigan, the junior who started for us last year as a sophomore, playing both ways, and he broke his collarbone, but he's going to be a impact player for us. And we even have Ryan O'Neill. Joe, you maybe know Ryan a little bit.
Right. Okay. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's coming out. He wants to. He played as a freshman, then he gave it up to stick with baseball, but he says he wants to give it a try. So he's a great athlete. He'll be a playmaker too. So we definitely have some playmakers. We just need some guys to block a little bit for him. So
yeah, I saw his dad a couple weeks ago when he was talking about Ryan going out for football again, and I thought, well, that was pretty good. So I thought that was nice.
I think he should.
Right. Cogs, you mentioned your seniors, especially the ones on offense. First of all, 2-part. Number one, a little bit different, kind of being able to work with, I guess we'll call them super seniors. Yeah. A kid like Gears, who, now, since not playing in the fall, now he's probably another 15 pounds of muscle than what he would have had maybe, back in the fall. Right. And that's got to be a little different dimension for you. And also defensively, who are some kids we need to keep an eye out for?
Well, unfortunately, a lot of these guys, for us, are going to be going both ways. So Jamison will be playing both sides of the ball, and this Braden Garrigan, I say, will be a safety for us. He's also going to play a little bit of offense. And even Conway, we're working a little bit at safety, because when he goes to college, he wants to be a quarterback, but he's an athlete, and schools want to maybe see him at safety. So, we're going to let him play a little bit of defense. Other than that, this Kevin Spellman kid that transferred in, he's going to have to play some defense for us. We're going to be young, but we have some talent.
It's funny you mentioned Gears playing defense, and he played some defense for you last year. I told him he really jumped out at me playing defense. I thought he did a really good job playing defensive end for you. And I thought he was really disruptive.
And if I'm not mistaken, he had that broken wrist. So I think he
you're right.
that, with a club on his hand. So yeah, we got another kid, Mason. Dakota Strait is doing a good job for us at DB. We got Andy Degner as a captain for us. He'll be playing linebacker, a little bit of H-back. So we're kind of, putting all the pieces together. And like I heard you guys talking a little bit, week one, a lot of questions. We'll know a lot after week one because going against ourselves, and you guys know it's hard. It's hard to get great looks out of your prep team, and it's going to be such a step up in skill and talent that we're going to see from Brother Rice. So we're going to have to hold on that first series and get our feet wet and see how we hold up, and then we have to adjust.
And I mean, week one's always hard just from the fact that it's week one, and then throwing all this, and you mentioned Brother Rice, and they're going to have talent and all this, but I mean, Cogs, no one really knows what to expect.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's for sure.
Yeah, with the just 2 weeks to get it going here, and we really couldn't do too much before that either. Well, obviously with the snow, and you only have so many contact days, and we couldn't get gym time because we got boys sports and girls sports, so. Really, it was just the 2 weeks for us as far as, guys together. So we're, like I said, we're putting the puzzle together.
Concerns going into this season? Is it, I guess, more from a health standpoint with, as you mentioned, kind of limited amount to get ready. And we talked a little bit earlier about, boy, you're going to have some dead kids on both sides in the second half in the first game.
I caught that. Yes. You're exactly right. I mean, just normally you have that, and that's, with a few of our two-way guys or guys trying to go both ways. Yeah. So maybe the cold will help a little bit in that respect, and it won't be 80 degrees, but it's going to take a toll.
Cogs,
we start.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I said we start with Brother Rice, and being all conference games, it's again not getting any easier. Then we go to Notre Dame, Niles, and then St. Rita. So. We're just right into the fire.
Cox, the last question I have for you is, going into this season, you've got 6 games. And believe me, being a head coach, there's enough stuff on your plate the way it is and the pressures and, especially being at Providence and other places. Is it a little less pressure this year because of the fact that there is no state tournament? And I know everybody wants to win their games. Don't get me wrong. Even if I know I've known you a long time. Even if it was tiddlywinks, you're going to want to win. But is it more of a fact that you've got some great seniors, especially on the offense and defense, that you want to be able to mix some of those other kids in to really get ready for the fall? I know you don't. I mean, I'm not saying that you're not throwing the seniors away because of these 6 games, but you're always looking ahead. Are you, again, the pressure in is it a little bit less, you think, this year, or is it just the same?
Well, no, I think it is a little bit less because we don't have the pressure of having to win a certain number of games and having to qualify for the playoffs and, and advance in the playoffs. So in that regard, I'm just really happy for our seniors that they get a chance to play.
Yep. Right.
That's most important. And then, we've talked as a staff, and I've thought too, we want to get some of our young guys in. Our other quarterback, Lucas Proudfoot, he's a sophomore.
Yep.
We want to get him some game reps because, he's the man next year. So there's guys in that situation too. So, we certainly want to win. We're going to do all we can to win. But you guys still there?
Yes, I am.
We're here.
I'm hearing some beeping here. I thought I lost you.
Okay.
But, we got to try and play some other guys as well and try and prepare for next season.
Right.
All right, Cogs. Well, again, just thrilled to talk to you. Actually thrilled to talk some kind of football whatsoever, and just looking forward to getting after it Friday, and wish you and the Celtics best of luck.
Yes.
And again, just good luck, and we'll be in touch soon.
Yes, I appreciate it, guys.
All right, good luck, guys. I know we'll see you down the road.
All right, look forward to it.
All right, Mark Coghlan, he's joining us from Providence Catholic, and again, Joe, just the great unknown, the 2021 football season.
And again, I know, and I'm going to ask all the coaches tonight that last question I asked Cogs, because again, unlike the regular season, and let's face it, football is king around here, and there's a lot of pressure on coaches to get to that playoffs.
Well, I thought it was a good question.
But then this year, it's only 6 games, and it's almost like a do-over. And like Cog said, he wants to make sure his seniors get on tape, so at least they have something, and then you try to fill in with the other guys.
And he's handling it the way I think everyone else is going to handle it too. You're gonna get your seniors playing, and maybe even the seniors that wouldn't see a lot of time are going to start, and then you're going to work some kids in and try to find
most definitely
that happy balance.
Yep.
So we'll see. All right, we're going to step aside and take a break. When we come back, we will go out to the phone lines once again. The head man in charge at Joliet Catholic, Jake Jaworski, Jaws, will join us. You are listening to the Week 1 Spring Edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News, Talk, Sports.
Life is full of surprises, some good, some not so good. That's why State Farm agent John Wright is here with good neighbor service and great rates for everyone. Yep, that's right. State Farm agent John Wright can give you great rates and great service. That's why he was one of a few selected as the best insurance agents in Will County by the Reader's Choice again in 2020. When you want the real deal, call John Wright in Joliet today.
Are you struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? Then let State Farm agent Michelle Kerfin in Homer Glen help you simplify and get to a better state. Because with Michelle Kerfin handling your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else and more money too. Because adding State Farm policies can earn discounts that could add up to 40% and actually help you get ahead. Call State Farm agent Michelle Kerfin in Homer Glen and get to a better state with State Farm. Find Michelle online at insurewithmichelle.com.
My name is Kate Courtley, and this is my new show, Can You Survive This Podcast? I'll be drawing on my years as a former Navy SEAL platoon commander, sniper, and CIA contractor. The show is designed to teach you techniques that will increase your chances of survival if you happen to find yourself or your family in any life-threatening disaster scenario imaginable. Subscribe and listen for free on Spotify. Can You Survive This Podcast?
Paint? No, Paramount isn't just paint. It's the #1 paint in overall interior hide and stain resistance, providing the most advanced protection in just one coat. And now you can get that same outstanding protection with our new Paramount One Coat White. This first-of-its-kind one-coat ready mix white provides a beautiful white finish. You'll find Paramount paint exclusively at Menards. In third-party tests, interior paint claims versus super premium home center brands in eggshell sheen.
Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Savings or mail-in rebate. See store for details.
Receive a $5 rebate by trading up a non-contact thermometer toward an Exergen temporal scanner purchased at any retailer. Fever is a leading symptom of COVID, and using an accurate thermometer has never been more critical. In published studies, no-touch thermometers miss more fevers than they detect. While the new COVID vaccines are becoming more widely available, it is important to make sure you are protected. Monitor for fever with an accurate thermometer backed by more than 80 published peer-reviewed clinical studies. Details at Exergen.com, where accuracy matters.
Tune in to 1340 WJOL every Tuesday morning at 9:30 for Life with Vitality, hosted by local weight loss and wellness expert Davis Jaspers from Vitalife of New Lenox. Life with Vitality covers health topics related to weight and diet. Learn more about your body, the science behind weight loss, and how the Vitalife program can help you lose 20 to 40 pounds in 40 days. Listen to Davis Jaspers on Life with Vitality on 1340 WJOL every Tuesday at 9:30. And learn about the Vitalife weight loss program at vitalifeweightloss.com. Got a problem with your car? Here's a chance to talk to the experts. Listen in this Thursday at 9:35 to Car Talk with the experts from the service department at Darcy Buick GMC. Call in with your questions about any vehicle and get honest, experienced answers about your car. Plus, get helpful tips for keeping your car in great shape for every season. Listen to Car Talk this Thursday at 9:35 a.m. brought to you by Darcy Buick GMC on Essington Road in Joliet and at darcymotors.com. Right here at 1340 WJOL. Will County's News, Talk, Sports.
We all know what that song is, don't we, Joe?
We sure do. Still know the words.
And if you're an opponent, unfortunately, you probably know what that song is as well. Of course, that is the Joliet Catholic fight song. And welcome to the Jake Jaworski Show here on 1340 WJOL. Someday. Jaws, we'll get that lined up for you someday.
All right, guys. Hey, appreciate you guys having me tonight. How we doing?
You are our second favorite coach in the area. That's okay. I got to stop using that line, but
Yeah, I mean that's what I heard when he was the favorite. I'm like, oh boy.
well,
I'm going to hang up on those guys.
You're all our favorites. You know that. I'm just delirious because we're somewhat talking football.
Yes. And we're together.
Yeah, about it.
Yep.
Interesting. Definitely interesting. Got home from practice, sliced some corned beef, and usually that's during baseball season.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Is that been? I know you're obviously. I was going to say considerably younger and better looking than. Yeah, he is. Than both of us.
How much anymore? Getting old.
Is that been the biggest adjustment, at least for me? Because people ask, like, "Yeah, are you excited?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm excited," but man, my inner clock is all jacked up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely the inner clock is messed up. The weather obviously starting, with cooler, rainy weather, not used to starting football season, but hey, best we could ask for, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Exactly.
I mean, I think we both know here, Joe and I, that expectations were really high for this team in 2020. And, just the fact that those seniors are getting a chance to get out there. I talked at the beginning of the show about patience and how people are just going to need patience during this 6-game season. And Jaws, we're seeing it already. I mean, you saw the news today. All of a sudden, Fenwick is not playing. They had a COVID issue, and I don't think we can stress enough how people are just going to have to be patient, including fans and alumni and everyone, to get through this.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, throughout, going back to the summer is just how fluid of a situation this can be. And, just preaching to our kids, control what we can control. 'Cause there's only so much you can control, but, being smart in their personal lives. I mean, you can't, but, at the same time, like their mom or dad goes to work and something happens, that's something they can't control. So just focusing on what we can control. And it's literally day by day, it's day by day. I know the news, it sounds like there's a couple, maybe, teams in our conference already that won't be playing week one. And, our kids, it's not like we threaten our kids or whatever, but just now that they've heard, other teams in our conference, not being able to play, it's become real. It's become real and kind of like almost, like a fear factor of like, yeah, we really do need to make sure we're controlling what we can control, and kind of limiting our exposure to, people outside of our football program. And then, same thing inside the football program, going throughout practices, making sure we're social distancing as much as possible. And, our kids have masks on all the time, outside, indoors, and it's like, usually you have a get back coach in football, and now you need like 3 social distancing and mask coaches, just because it's not second nature for these kids. But, we're just trying to navigate day by day. And, all I know is right now we finished practice today, and as of right now, we're good to practice tomorrow, and that's all we can ask for.
Jaws, Edge and I were talking, he said about the Fenwick. Do you know if we're discussing this, is it 10 days or 2 weeks? Did you know?
So, I don't want to dive too much into Fenwick's situation because I don't know school protocols for them and whatnot, but kind of what I've heard was that the CDC is a 10-day quarantine, but local health departments, and specifically potentially the Oak Park Health Department might have a stricter 14-day quarantine.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So their AD has been in contact with Coach Sharp already today. So we're kind of just in wait and see mode right now. And, hopefully the sooner we find out, we can make, whatever necessary adjustments possible. But that's all we kind of really know right now. There has been no cancellation of our game next week. If it's a 10-day situation, then, it might impact the day that we play Fenwick next week. But until we hear anything concrete on a 10-day, as far as I know, the possibility that we could play them next week. So that's about all I know.
Right. Because again, it's just if they wait too long, and then you basically lose a game, right? I mean, because there's no way you're going to find another game in 3 days.
Right. And I know, it's going to pop up. It's going to happen.
Sure.
I know sometimes, if you're lucky, you in the same conference, it happens to two teams if you're lucky, which obviously you don't want to happen. And then it's kind of an easy partnership. I think I did see where like St. Ignatius might be available next week.
Okay.
But we play them week 3. That would make like for an interesting, scenario or whatever. But, we're kind of, it's on our radar for sure. But until we hear specifically from Fenwick, what their protocols are and where they're at, our schedule as is right now.
Draws a lot of talent, obviously, as we talked about coming back. God, I don't even know where to start. Let's start offensively. I mean, we'll start right away at the quarterback position with Mr. Voss coming back.
Yeah, we're excited about Aiden. He's got a year under his belt in kind of the starter role as he played probably 3/4 of the season last year. Kind of a multi-talented dual threat kind of guy. I think in this scenario of the 6-week season too, trying to open things up a little bit, and be able to experiment with some new things, especially because we're kind of in a unique situation where we have a lot of talent and experience back, but we're still kind of young in a sense where we're still going to start a lot of juniors, but a number of those juniors, started last year. And then, we're really excited about our senior class. We're excited that they're able to, get this opportunity. We kind of felt like this was, these two classes together were very good complements. So at least we'll get to see, a little bit of an action, in this shortened season.
So what you're saying to us, Jaws, is going to be Air Jaws now, or what? Where's the running game at?
Well, I mean, just because you see us in a shot doesn't mean we can't run the ball.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. Hey, listen, the main staple.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I mean, you got Jordan Anderson, who I think's
he's a man child. What are you talking about? Oh my God. Because what is he? What is he, Jaws? 6'3" and like 230 now.
That's what he put down on the roster was 6'3", 230. I mean, he's a big boy. He's been very impressive. Obviously, a long lineage of running backs. At Joliet Catholic, and I've been fortunate enough to be around like Josh Ferguson, Malin Jones, Ty Isaac. A lot of those guys, and the way he works every single day at practice is impressive for a junior in high school. I mean, he's definitely put on some weight, put on some good muscle. His speed has increased, agility, and he just works so hard every day in practice. He's been impressive.
His speed's increased. Watch out.
Yeah, oh my God.
But it's nice having 3 offensive linemen back with some massive experience, correct?
Yeah. We have 3 offensive linemen back. Will Berry is you no longer say they're committed, they're signed at this point. So that's not the case. He's going to a Division II school in South Dakota and Northern State. Very good player for us, playing guard. An athletic kid. Will play some D tackle for us. We got Jay Lacey, full season starter for us last year at the other guard spot. And then junior Josh Jones played left tackle for us. He's back last year. And we got a junior Nico Paulino at center. And then we got a senior Luke Zobel, kind of a big boy that's bided his time. Get an opportunity at right tackle, and then another junior and Lucas Sartori's a big boy. Dad played at Lockport. He's a transfer in from Indiana, who's about 6'3", 320, kind of a mauler type. So, it not only I think we feel pretty comfortable our front 5, and we do have some depth, and again got experience with seniors, and then a good group of juniors, to get some great experience this spring.
Quickly. Defensively, Jaws, you got the 2 Service Academy kids. That's a nice place to start.
Yes.
Yeah, Jabril Williams plays free safety for us, committed to Army or signed with Army. Devin Washington, probably one of the best corners that we've had in our program. Obviously Bobby Buchanan being up there as well, but kind of a kid that can play the boundary for us and allow us to do some things to the field. So that's a great place to start. senior Pat Duffy will step in at another corner spot. A real intriguing prospect that we have is Malachi Hood. So Ben Stoner, obviously Coach Rod knows Ben Stoner.
Right, yes.
Ben was an all-conference safety for us last year as a junior. Is committed, signed to play at Wright State for baseball, and has opted to go the baseball route this spring, which is going to open this opportunity for Malachi Hood, who's drawn some Division I looks. A big kid, 6'2", 210,
yep.
Long strider, long body. So obviously, wish Ben would be out here, but obviously totally understand his situation. But with that, it opens up opportunity for a junior to get their feet wet in preparation for next fall as well.
Jaws, we got to cut you loose, but again, appreciate you taking time. I'm just thrilled to have you back and talk football, and best of luck on Friday. And good luck against St. Lawrence.
Hey, appreciate it, guys. Good to be back.
See you down the road, Jaws.
All righty.
All right, Jake Jaworski joining us from Joliet Catholic Academy, and he is one of our favorite coaches, Joe. I don't care what anybody says.
Tell you what, he's fired up. He's fired up. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, like I said, this was going to be a really good team in a normal, air quote, normal year.
Right.
This is a team that was going to compete. And I guess what, for a state championship, I don't think there's any doubt. And what bums me out is if that week 2 game doesn't go off with Fenwick, because that was going to be a heck of a matchup.
Yep.
Because Fenwick's got about 17, 18 starters back and a lot of talent.
Yes.
So, and those kids know each other. A lot of them know each other.
Right.
So they kind of were looking forward to it as well. So we'll see. But again, just great to have Jaws and appreciate it. All right. Well, hour 1 in the book, Joe. We survived 1.
We did.
Do not go anywhere. We will be back for hour number 2. Joining us in hour number 2, George Chart from Lockport, John Ivelo from Bolingbrook. This is the week 1 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports.
Better sleep means a better you. That's why Mattress Firm came up with the Rest Assured Promise, featuring the best mattresses from America's best mattress brands. Like the Temper Breeze collection, available now, with a $300 instant gift good towards your choice of sleep accessories. Visit with our sleep experts in-store, online, or by phone to find the right bed for you. Only at Mattress Firm, America's #1 Tempur-Pedic retailer. Offer valid with qualifying purchase. Restrictions apply. Valid at participating locations only. For offer details, visit mattressfirm.com/sale.
Listening to this Allstate commercial about savings might be the hardest thing about getting those savings. Save for simply becoming an Allstate customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. Allstate. Minimum effort, maximum reward.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. DriveWise is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
1340 WJOL is there for the community.
Thank you, Scott, from the bottom of my heart.
Well, what happened yesterday, Chris?
I got my shot.
In this time of uncertainty and concern, 1340 WJOL strives to get you the latest up-to-date information to give you peace of mind.
Glad that you were listening. Glad we were able to get you over there.
Joliet and Will County, we are here for you. We're 1340 WJOL.
I'm Dr. Baker, an ER physician. If you're having leg pain, swelling, or redness, but haven't talked to your doctor yet, don't wait. This could be deep vein thrombosis, a blood clot which could travel to your lungs and lead to a pulmonary embolism, which could cause chest pain or discomfort or difficulty breathing and be deadly. Your symptoms could mean something serious, so don't wait. Talk to a doctor right away, by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
What a year, what a winter. We can all use something to be happy about, and saving money is a good way to start. So why not reach out to my office, the Malloy State Farm office, to see what State Farm Bundle can do for you. Simply call 815-463-5800. Like a good neighbor, the team is there for you, and make sure you tune in on the first and third Monday of each month from 9:30 to 10 on WJOL to listen to our news segment, Helping Life Go Right.
Losing a loved one is never easy, and planning a funeral can be overwhelming. We at Farkas Funeral Home in Joliet are here to provide guidance and support for you and your family during this difficult time. We offer a cozy and relaxing atmosphere, and together we can create a beautiful tribute to your loved one. If you're in need of cremation or funeral service, visit Farkas Funeral Home at the corner of Jefferson and Essington in Joliet. or visit farkasfuneralhome.com. Farkas Funeral Home, offering peace and comfort to those dealing with loss.
Will County's News Talk Sports, 1340.
From ABC News, I'm Chuck Severson. FEMA says it'll help reimburse funeral expenses for those who have died from coronavirus. ABC's Alex Stone says the money's allocated in the president's new COVID relief law.
Many of the details are still being worked out. FEMA saying a hotline is being set up to apply for the money, but the rules will be the death must have happened in the U.S. and the death certificate must list COVID-19 as a factor in the death. FEMA saying beginning next month, it will provide help to repay the funeral expenses for any U.S. COVID death that happened after January 20th of 2020. It says its job is to help during disasters and that it's dedicated to help with the virus.
Pushing forward with its plan to reopen schools this spring, the Biden administration expanding coronavirus testing for teachers, staff, and students, and convening a summit for educators.
Where we're going to hear best practices from across the country on how to do this safely and how to do it quickly.
The Education Secretary, Miguel Cardona, says states will share $122 billion for K-12 schools under President Biden's COVID Relief Act. The IRS says it's delaying the April 15th tax filing deadline to May 17th to give taxpayers more time. ABC News has obtained the documents provided by the IRS to the House Ways and Means Committee that show the backlog of 24 million returns still waiting to be processed since the 2019 tax year. Police have charged 21-year-old Robert Long with murder for yesterday's Atlanta area shooting spree.
6 of the 8 people he's now accused of killing are Asian women. And if they hadn't stopped him, police believe that Robert Aaron Long would have continued on to Florida and gunned down more workers at similar businesses. Around 5 p.m. Tuesday, Long was seen in surveillance video outside Young's Asian massage parlor in the North Atlanta suburbs. Police say he walked in, started shooting, and killed 4 people, 3 of them Asian.
ABC's Steve Osunsami. Police say Long claims the attack wasn't racially motivated. You're listening to ABC News.
It's all about the nose. It's your air filter, the first line of defense against bacteria and viruses. If too many germs get stuck in your nose, guess what? You get sick. That's why it's so important to keep your nose clean, just like washing your hands. Nasal irrigation gets rid of germs by rinsing the nasal cavity, but neti pots are hard to use and, frankly, kind of gross. Now there's a better way to keep your nose clean and help your body protect itself. It's called Navage Nasal Care. Navage uses powered suction to flush out allergens, mucus, bacteria, and viruses. Millions use Navage for fast, all-natural relief from sinus congestion and allergies, and to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier without drugs. Navage is easy to use, affordable, and comes with an absolute guarantee of satisfaction. You wash your hands and brush your teeth every day. Now it's time to start cleaning your nose with Navage. At Navage.com, CVS, Walgreens, Bed Bath, Target, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
The Senate has confirmed Catherine Tai to serve as the nation's top trade representative. She's the first Asian American and woman of color to hold that position. Pandemic's made college affordability even worse for some Americans.
Long before COVID-19, the cost of enrolling and staying in school beyond the 12th grade had been rising until it reached its current $51,000 for a 4-year private university and $22,000 for an in-state public college. While the stimulus package signed by President Biden approves $1,400 checks to many students, 98% of families sending a kid to college say financial aid will be necessary.
ABC's Jim Ryan. There's no problem having cats as pets in Texas unless they're these cats.
The notoriously feisty felines were found inside a suburban San Antonio home.
The bobcat had free run of the house. The lady told our special investigator that it was tame. There's nothing to worry about. I don't think she's got a full understanding. It's a wild animal you're dealing with.
Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar said it did not take deputies too long to find the other cat-taking residents inside the house.
They saw a paw sticking out from under the door, and my special enforcement sergeant said, well, what's that? And she goes, oh, that's a tiger. Very matter of fact.
Both are now staying at the San Antonio Zoo until they can be moved into a wildlife sanctuary. Dennis Foley, ABC News, San Antonio.
Nordstrom's jumping into live stream selling. Shoppers click to buy what they want from a live sales pitch. First up, a Burberry virtual styling event. This is ABC News.
On our first date, we had masks on and kept 6 feet apart. Now we're a lot closer.
Just like Cliff and Deb, thousands of singles over 50 found their perfect match on Silver Singles last year.
I feel like I'm 20 years old again, and I'm pretty sure she feels the same way.
Rediscover the magic of dating with Silver Singles, the exclusive community for singles over 50. Sign up today and receive daily matches you won't want to miss at silversingles.com/radio. silversingles.com/radio.
Chuck Sievertson, ABC.
I'm Dr. Andrea Russo, a cardiologist. Maybe you're waiting to talk to your doctor right now. But if you're having an irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, don't wait. This could be a serious condition like atrial fibrillation, which can make you about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you're having these symptoms, don't wait. Talk to a doctor by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey, football fans, score big when you order award-winning amazing pizza from Pizza Mia. Find out why customers continuously come back for that one-of-a-kind pizza and amazing chicken. Whether it's their famous thin-crust pizza or barbecue ribs, you're sure to be satisfied. Planning a family gathering or event? Pizza Mia has a full catering menu to choose from. Check out one of their locations in New Lenox and Homer Glen. You can see their full menu, and to order online, visit pizzamiaonline.com. That's pizzamiaonline.com.
High school football on 1340 WJOL.
And the cold wind of March blew through Joliet Memorial Stadium.
Oh.
Joe, will you fix your phone, please?
It keeps going in and out. I'm sorry. Hey, by the way,
you got your wife and your grandson trying to watch.
Granddaughter Rowan, my little girl Rowan,
and it keeps dropping. Joe, you're not
I'm
helping.
Sorry, I'm trying. Hello, Rowan and Debbie.
Welcome back. Yeah. Welcome back to the week 1 edition of spring 2021 season. We can't fool around anymore because we finally got George Chart.
Yeah,
we connected finally.
We finally got a hold of that guy.
Joe, just I know you want to talk about your grandkids and your family. We got George Chart on the phone.
He's just going to talk for 25 minutes now. That's all.
Finally.
Yes, we finally got him.
Glad to have the head man in charge over at Lockport joining us, George Chart. And George, I'm just thrilled to finally get to talk to you.
I'm also thrilled that you get to talk to me too. That's good. Hey, hi to Rowan and Debbie out there.
Yes.
He said, "How are they?"
Oh, they're doing well. They're doing well. Everybody's doing well in the Roddy Garrow family. Everybody, George, and your family too.
Everyone is fine. Thank you.
Are the girls at school or are they at home?
One is still in high school here, and the other one has got a job as a nurse up there in Michigan. I think
she's already graduated.
Yeah.
Coach Rod's getting old, man.
Yes, you are. I know.
Oh, wow. Because I don't get to see you over at the gym anymore, so that's where.
Oh, have you been there?
No.
Okay.
No.
You guys good? You all caught up?
We're good. Yeah, we're caught up.
You sure? I mean, whenever you're done, just let us know. We'll start the show.
Okay, we can start now, George. Go ahead. Go ahead, Edge. It's your turn.
My friend, it's great to talk to you. I can't think of really any other coach in the area that was probably more chomping at the bit to get back on the field after 2019 than you were. Is that fair?
That is very fair, yeah. I'm sure. I can only speak for myself, and I was really chomping. There's no doubt about it. My teeth are hurting right now, and I feel bad for some of our kids, that they had to wait so long. But I'm looking forward to Friday night. Yeah.
Your schedule right off the bat, and we'll talk offense and defense a little bit. Really, it's almost like it's a juggernaut. I mean, HF, Sandburg, Bolingbrook, Lincoln Way East right off the bat. Your first 4 games. So the scheduling doesn't do you guys any favors, and trying to get ready for Friday and knowing what HF usually has. And I know it's the great unknown in these 6 games and in all this other stuff. And how do you get the kids? I know they're motivated to play because they haven't played in a long time. But how is it I know you're ready to go, but how do you convince the kids that, hey, we got to play 4 quarters. We're going to play a very good HF team on Friday.
Now.
Like we got to go right now. We can't we can't wait for a quarter or two. We're going to, be behind by 2 or 3 touchdowns. We got to be ready right now. How do you convey that to your kids?
Well, a lot of hard work, and that's what the kids were up for. They were up for that. But the truth really is we've been looking, or at least I have been looking forward to this game. There's 2 games last year I look at that I'm totally embarrassed as a coach that we played, that I was a coach of what was reflected on the field. And I let our kids know that. We saw a lot of film. One of those games was HF. We just, it was the week after we played Central, I believe. We had our first game, and we came out there and we just laid an egg. So we're really looking forward to getting a chance to show how much we've grown and how hard we've worked and how much we've studied and done the things we were supposed to do to make ourselves better. So I was kind of excited to get a chance to play HF first, just because of that reason. So it's going to be a good barometer of how much we've grown from this one year. So, convincing the kids, they're ready.
Yeah,
our kids are ready to play.
You've got a ton of experience coming back from, like we talked about, a 2019 team that would have been ready to go in 2020, and they're still ready to go in 21. I know I've got to imagine you've had position battles at several spots, and I know quarterback being one of them. Have you sorted that out yet, or are you publicly not saying anything?
Both. Both, yeah. No, there's a great battle. We had 3 quarterbacks that were doing a good job of battling things out, working hard in the weight room, working hard in the drills, working hard in agilities, working hard at, when we did get a chance to get on the field. And, once again, only one of them is going to be able to go underneath at the beginning. But we're going to give them both a chance. 2 of the guys a chance to have kind of made themselves separated from the third person. And, those kids, we talked the last week, if we had to pick who would it be, we decided it would be one guy. And then, things change from week to week. And those kids got to know that anything can happen. In our second game of the year last year, we lost our quarterback and the other guy had to step in. So everyone's got to be ready. We want to treat everyone as a starter right now. Obviously, we're only going to be able to start one of those kids, but both of them are going to get a chance to show what they can do moving into week 1. We're kind of thin, believe it or not. And so one of the quarterbacks, Riley, he's such a talented athlete. We've got him playing 3 or 4 different positions right now, but he's going to get a chance to show what he has at quarterback, because he's been doing a very good job leading our kids in the offense.
George, we talked to Cogs and we talked to Jaws, and my question to them, just by what you're saying about what go as far as the players in the competition, you've got 6 games, and there's no state playoffs or whatever, and the pressure to get those wins to get to the state playoffs aren't going to be there. Does it make it a little easier? Believe me, I know, I've known you a long time. You want to win. But does it make it a little easier for you to possibly look to the future in the fall and play a couple more kids that you normally would not play if the season was last fall?
It's a great question. We thought about it, and we even talked about it. I brought up in a coaches meeting, on the side. And my plan, my thought process is that, there's got to be some integrity involved with what the coaches do in your program. And we didn't really want to treat anything different as far as that goes. We want to reward the kids that are working hard, number one. Number 2, that are getting the job done. And so why would we want to veer from that path right now just because we have a shortened season? I think, once again, we're talking about the integrity of our coaching staff. And, so we have a plan that the kids that deserve to play, we're going to give them a chance to play. And if they get the job done, they're going to continue to play.
Right.
And so that's the way we want to approach it. And then the only time we do something different is that last game of the year when we want to get some seniors in. So, that process still has to be the same with us, because we are trying to create a program, and we don't want anyone to think that every day you come to work is not important to us. And I feel like if we just decided we were going to play one group over another group, I think myself, I think I wouldn't be very honest to what our mission statement is in our program.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
It is. It's a great
Well,
answer.
I heard you guys ask the question, so I thought about it, all right? So I did my homework.
That a boy.
Look at him doing his homework.
He always amazes me.
Amazing. Gourmet chef.
Yeah,
homework.
he does it all.
You got that right.
Hardest.
I had a little bit of
What'd you
Venetian, or no, Chinese. My wife made it, though, but I ate it. It was very good.
He doesn't know what it's called.
He doesn't know what it was, but it was really good. Welcome to football season.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. I'm used to talking to you guys on a Thursday night, and
it throws you off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
I'm full from the game meal, or something.
It is unbelievable the amount of grief I've taken that this show is moved from Thursday to Wednesday. Wow. It's unbelievable.
From who, Joe?
From everyone.
No,
Everyone's
not
like, "Oh
from
yeah,
me.
you're on Wednesday."
Oh
now.
no, not for me. He tells me if I have to come on Monday, I'd be here.
Yeah. Well, we just cut short. We just cut practice short so I can make it here on time.
I don't even, Joe. I don't know how you get in the building, but you're here every week. So
I crawl through a window. Speaking of, you just got in from practice. I mean, you got to share the facilities, right? I mean, you'd like to get on the field, and like today, for example, were you outside at all today? In the
absolutely. We were out the whole time. Today was our day to have the field the whole time. We shared. I'll tell you, I will say our administration has been awesome as far as trying to let our sports do what we have to do. They've been great. They told us these are the guidelines, you got to follow them, but they're giving us every opportunity to get out there and do something. And I'm not just talking about football. I'm talking about all our activities. So thanks to them. And today was our day on the fields. We started out a little after 3:00. And, started drizzling. By the end of practice, I was soaked, but the kids were great. Nobody got hurt. And we got our accomplishment. We got our plan accomplished. And, I'm here talking to you guys.
You mentioned protocols and everything you have to follow. First of all, I want to know just what are the logistics involved of getting your team from Lockport to home at Flossmoor on Friday?
Not as bad as once again. We're going to take 2 buses and a van.
Oh wow!
They've come out with new numbers as far as how many you can fit to a bus. Our roster is not as big as it's been in the past. This year, we a lot of kids that for whatever reason they didn't want to pay the price and stay with it. A lot of seniors decided not to come out.
Right.
And so we're down to, I think, 54 in our roster now. So it's not like that 80 roster we had last year.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, everything I'm hearing, that's more common now with this shortened season. So I don't think you're the only one. I think there's several others that are going to have that as well.
We still have our quality. It's quality, just not a whole lot of quantity. But I like our quality.
We give us some names. Give us a handful of names of kids that either seniors, kids that have really, you talk about paying the price and put that effort in. Who are some of the kids that we're going to need to keep an eye out for going into this year?
Well, I'll start with the offense. The returning guys, we had like 6 or 7 returning guys on offense that played, either started or played it a lot. Riley Pfeiffer being one. I will say the young man's name because I got so much respect for him as a Ty Schultz. I'll talk.
I like him too.
Kyle Hartman is a center. He's not a very big guy, but boy, he plays like a Big Ten center. Matt Johnson is another O-lineman, tackle. Quinn Kelly and Kyle Yaling are the guys that have come back with some experience from last year, whether it was starting or just getting in a rotation a lot.
Right.
But we have, our linemen. We have Peyton Potempa is another senior, has been looking good, working hard. Dominic Pachola is another senior. Connor Hearn. Those guys round out the offensive line. Right. As far as seniors go, for offense. And then we've got some nice-looking juniors. A kid named Little, who's kind of a big receiver for us. And Lepresti is going to be getting a lot of jobs getting a lot of carries, I should say, at that running back spot. And the big quarterback, I call him Big Stick, big 12, 6'7". You're going to see his arm. He's just too good to keep off the field. We're going to have to find times when he's in there, and who knows how that battle works out. That's Hayden Timashek. And then from the defensive spot, once again, we had about 7 guys also returning that had either started. We had a lot of rotation guys in there trying to find players, but at the end, we had about 7 guys coming back that were starters. Jet Chuchi was an outside backer, defensive end type player. Joe Fiorello and Joe Sukarowski are possibly 2 of the best tandem linebackers I've coached in a while. And I'll tell you, I came from West over there, and we had some good linebackers over there all my years at Providence. And
that says a lot right there.
There was, yeah. These kids are just as good as any of them I've coached. And I was really looking forward for them having a big senior year. But the Nolan Ganser is another DB. Will Orban is a guy that's going to play both ways for us, too. He's going to be a free safety and get some carries on offense, too. Those are some of the guys. Bernetti's another guy that's a senior that deserves some playing time on defense. I know I'm missing guys, but
I remember a guy, Shin. Shin?
Shin's one of the guys that didn't make it back for whatever reason. His personal reasons were, he would have been a nice addition to us, but he's one of the guys that did not make it.
But I remember him from last year. I just remember him from last year.
George, appreciate it. Appreciate you taking time. And again, we just wish you the best and good luck against Home with Flossmoor on Friday. And I'm sure we'll be talking.
Yeah, we'll see you down the road, buddy.
Oh, absolutely. I look forward to it, you guys. Thanks for brightening my night up. All right.
All right.
Good luck,
George
buddy.
Sharp joining us from Lockport. And again, we appreciate him calling in. We're going to step aside and take a break. When we come back, we're going to have open phones. So if you want to call, we'll be here for you. And again, we're going to break down all the games in the area. So don't go away. You are listening to the spring week 1 edition of Pigskin Preview, sponsored by State Farm agents Kevin Malloy of New Lenox and John Wright of Joliet, as well as our good friends at Pizza Mia. We'll be back right after these messages.
So you're getting some roof or exterior work done, and you've covered all your bases, right? Even checked out some online reviews. You think you've got everything covered? Well, think again. Not all roofing and siding companies are insured. That's why I can't say enough great things about R.E. Duchesne Construction. They are a licensed and fully bonded exterior contractor serving Will, Grundy, and Kendall counties for over 40 years. I trust them, and I've personally used them.
Hi, I'm Rita Duchesne Hughes. If you look at your home and don't like what you see, or what you have no longer protects your family and largest asset, call us at R.E. Duchesne Construction. R.E. Duchesne has an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, so you can be confident you need only make one call. Looking to upgrade? R.E. Duchesne offers a full line of roof shingles, gutters, siding, soffit fascia, and windows. Call us at 815-722-2821 for all your home improvement needs. Financing is now available. Check us out on the web at reducheneinc.com.
And be sure to tell them Scott Slocum sent you.
Tune in to 1340 WJOL every Tuesday morning at 9:30 for Life with Vitality, hosted by local weight loss and wellness expert Davis Jaspers from Vitalife of New Lenox. Life with Vitality covers health topics related to weight and diet. Learn more about your body, the science behind weight loss, and how the Vitalife program can help you lose 20 to 40 pounds in 40 days. Listen to Davis Jaspers on Life with Vitality on 1340 WJOL every Tuesday at 9:30, and learn about the Vitalife weight loss program at vitalifeweightloss.com.
Receive a $5 rebate by trading up any non-contact thermometer toward an Exergen temporal scanner purchased at any retailer. With COVID continuing to spread, nothing matters more than having an accurate thermometer that's backed by more than 80 published peer-reviewed clinical studies, like the Exergen temporal scanner. Even after getting the COVID vaccine, you should be monitoring for fever to make sure you are protected. Keep your family and yourself safe by trading up your non-contact thermometer for an accurate temporal scanner and a $5 rebate from Exergen, where accuracy matters. Details at Exergen.com.
The best football in the state plays right here on 1340 WJOL and WJOL.com.
And welcome back. It is the spring week 1 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. And again, I want to thank our sponsors, State Farm agents John Wright and Joliet, and Kevin Malloy in New Lenox like a good neighbor, Joe.
State Farm is there.
Can't believe it took us that long to get into the show to start doing that. But here we are finally. And, of course, Pizza Mia, Dave over at Pizza Mia.
Yes.
Want to thank him for hopping on board again. And, again, have to really appreciate your sponsors, especially everything that they've gone through and we've gone through. The fact that they're still with us means a ton, Joe.
It sure does.
It means a ton.
It sure does.
All right, we've got a little bit of time here. So 815-254-7300. Evan would love to hear from you. Give us a call and we'll put you through. And same goes with if you're watching this online. And again, you could watch this online. Either go to Edgy Tim on Facebook or on YouTube. Just search Edgy Tim channel on YouTube and we're right there on the stream.
Yes,
Hi,
sir.
everybody. We also have basically a text feature. Plug in any questions, comments you have, and if we like it and it's shareable, we'll post it. By the way,
that's right.
You're seeing an endless shuffle of paper from Coach Joe.
Yeah.
Finally, the fans at home are finally getting a taste of the preparedness, the homework that goes into a Coach Joe prepared broadcast.
I try.
Now, me, on the other hand,
it's off the top of your head.
I have one sheet of paper.
You're the guru. I mean, I just
yeah, I'm something.
I just write. I just write your coattails. I just try to do my best here with you. That's
815-254-7300. If you're out there, we would be more than happy to hear from you. Let's go through the schedule, shall we?
You got it.
We already covered Joliet Catholic St. Lawrence. Streeter at Coal City, Joe.
You know, again,
no point spread on this one yet, Joe. You
not,
still waiting?
I mean, the Kohler's lost a lot from the team last year. So, but again, I'm
still a good program.
Yes,
I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mantino at Reed Custer, Hersher at the Tone.
I want to pick the Tone. I always do.
Love the Tone.
Yep.
Lyle at Wilmington.
How can I go against my guy Jeffrey?
You can't. I'd throw you out of the studio if you did. Although
that's gonna be a
pretty good game.
That is a good game right off the
Paul
bat.
Parpett's a Hall of Fame coach at Lyle.
Yeah, you're right.
The guy knows what he's doing.
That's almost like the game Evan and I are going to be doing on Friday.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
Yep.
Morris at Rochelle, a 1:00 Saturday game.
That game will be over by 1:45.
Yeah, that's
be a quick one.
That'll be a run heavy affair. There's no doubt. Now it's going to be interesting with, first of all, Morris, brand new turf. Boy, how happy do you think Alan Thorson is?
Oh, I bet he's overjoyed.
Man, no more mud pit at Morris and nice and dry.
Yes.
How trash do you think that field is going to be at Rochelle with all this rain?
Inside the hash marks,
crazy
all
trash.
The way down.
Lamont at Shepherd could be an interesting game.
It could be. I know Lamont's going to be good.
They're going to be young, but they're going to be good.
They're going to be good, and I know Coach Coy is excited, and but I always like the kid, Coach Hayes. You know, I saw him today in the hallway or the other day. I says, "How nervous are you?" Well, you know, Coach, he's got about 10,000 other things going on, and and by the way, he and his lovely bride Alex. She gave birth to a baby boy in December, and everything's going well. But yeah, I like the kid Willie about the defensive aspect of things. But now that he's a father now, so he can calm down a little bit anyway.
Nah. West Aurora at Joliet Central. That again is a 12 o'clock kickoff on Saturday out at Central, Joe.
Yes.
We had a chance to talk to Tony Juarez, you and I,
last week, I think. Yeah,
had a nice talk. Tony certainly doing what he's always done. He's just stepping up when he's asked to at Joliet Central.
Yes.
And, you know, again, kind of it's a theme. Numbers aren't quite where he wants them to be, but that's kind of a running theme so far, Joe.
But you know what? He was a great interview in my estimation. I've known Tony a long time, and so have you. He gave, when he talked about what it's going to take, and he gave a great answer as far as keeping the kids in the program, but getting kids that normally maybe would go to Joliet Catholic or to Providence, and trying to get those kids in trying to keep them, not the third generation type kid, but the first generation, the kid that's deciding whether to go to Joliet Central or Joliet Catholic, whatever. If I know Coach Boyer tried it, everybody's tried it. Tony is like I said, on the Rushmore of Joliet
Yeah,
Central.
he should be wearing the Steelman costume.
He should be. And if some guy can do it, he can do it. So again, I like you and I always root for them so hard it isn't funny, because again, you just like to see them win and get going.
No doubt about it. Also, Oswego East at Joliet West, Joe, and Joliet West. I was really looking forward to them.
Yes.
No Trent Holland.
Yeah,
that hurts.
That definitely hurts. I was looking forward to seeing that young man also, and you just don't know what West is going to be without him, and that's going to be the big key. And that's no slouch right off the bat either.
No, and I mean, Bill Leck's got some experience coming back, and I think they're gonna again be in line to be a above 500 team if things go well. It's just, again, you get a kid with that kind of pedigree and how valuable he was offensively. It's a lot to ask.
Yes.
And Oswego East is going to be pretty good again.
Yes.
So we'll see. Plainfield Central on the road at Yorkville. Again, it's funny. The game times are kind of all over the place. Minooka at Plainfield East. That'll be a good game.
It will be. Yeah, I was looking at that too. I think that's one of those coin flip games.
Brad Kuntz is a lot of talent back from that East team, and this could be their. This would have possibly been their year to win the conference. So we'll see. And Minooka, I mean, there's some graduation losses. Offensively, they're going to be fine. Defensively, there's going to be some inexperience.
Right. I read your breakdown on Minooka.
I'm glad someone read it. Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome.
Oswego at Plainfield South, and again, you know what you're getting against Oswego.
Yes.
And Plainfield South should be pretty good this year as well. They brought quite a bit of experience back to, I thought, a really strong team last year.
But just a gutty team. I just love watching them play.
One thing we're going to do next week, I'm going to tell you right now, we are going to have the new head coach of Romeoville on the show.
Okay.
Coach Justin. God, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I'll go look it up, but I know Justin's his first name. We will have him on.
Good.
So Romeoville is hosting Plainfield North. Just a tough matchup. Again, that crossover matchup, Plainfield North. Anthony Bordino's got a lot of speed and a lot of talent. So
Plainfield North always has speed.
Yeah, always.
Always.
I mean, like the linemen are faster than some skill kids some years over Plainfield North.
Yep.
It's crazy. The game that is going to be the WJOL game of the week, Bolingbrook at Lincoln Way East. Again, that is a 6:00 kickoff. And again, just like the rest of these, Joe, it's going to be interesting to see if anyone gets out of the gates quickly, if there's kind of a little bit of a lag and a little bit of a drag in how things go.
And being the first game, as you said, but what I'm interested in is how many penalties, how many, pre-snap stuff. But again, knowing those two coaches, I am sure they have drilled in these last 10 days or 2 weeks, whatever it was, into their people to play, So I'm looking forward to it.
By the way, Romeoville head coach Justin Trovada. So we will have him. Thank you, Evan, for that. We will have him on next week for sure. Going through the rest of the schedule, we talked to George Chart, Lockport at HF. And then, of course, Lincoln Way Central at Bradley. Again, Bradley, always a solid team, very hard to beat at home.
Yes.
Lincoln Way West at Andrew. Another good game there.
Yeah, we talked to Luke last week, a couple weeks ago, go right into the option type game right away that Andrew runs. So it's going to be interesting there.
And our friend Joe over at St. Francis. And again, Joe's had some rough luck this year. He's been in a lot of games.
Yes.
But they're 0-4. They're at home Saturday, 1:00 against Trinity. So hopefully the Fighting Saints and Joe can get his first win.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
The year. So we are hoping. Storylines for the year.
Oh, boy.
I mean, first of all, these cancellations are things we're going to have to pay attention to.
I think progress of the teams moving forward. Again, how much progress can they get in 6 weeks to give the seniors an opportunity to get on tape, and then the progress to move on to next fall. And hopefully we'll be nothing's going to be normal again, as we all talked about, but getting back to normal to a regular football schedule in the fall.
Evan, grab the microphone here. We'll get you involved in this a little bit since you've been very quiet, working very hard, diligently behind the scenes. What are you looking forward to this coming shortened spring season?
Well, I mean, I'm just happy for the kids and the coaches to get back on the field, be able to play this year. I can't imagine what it's like going through something like this. I mean, none of us have ever been through anything like this. Nope. We've seen kids have injuries and miss their senior year, and that's always heartbreaking. But when you talk about something completely out of your control, something that you had no say in whatsoever, just the decision completely taken away from you, and we all understand why. But the fact that we're just going to have a season, I'm happy for the kids. I'm with Coach Joe. I'm really curious about penalties on Friday night, what that's going to look like. Because don't forget, the players haven't played a contact game, some of them in 450 days. Right. The refs are in the same boat.
You're right.
They haven't been able to flex those muscles either. It's not like you can go down to the rec center and be like, hey, can I ref your pickup game so I can get some practice in? And so I'm really curious for those guys as well. You know, where are they going to be in terms of this? And are more things going to be let go, or games going to be called tighter? I think there's still a lot we don't know just on kind of that little base level. But you go beyond that, it's how much of the offense is in, how much of the defense is in.
What are your numbers like?
You heard Coach Cox. When was the last time we heard about Providence Catholic playing multiple guys both ways?
Right. Never.
I've never heard that. Oh. I've never heard Coach Cox talk about that before. Yep. And that's where we're at with the numbers. Because don't forget, you have basketball, you have football, you have baseball, you have wrestling lingering out there still. Yes. You have a lot of multi-sport athletes who are going, where am I supposed to be right now? What practice am I supposed to do I have a game today? Like, that's a lot of stress to put on a high school kid. And by the way, you're doing all your learning, most of them from a computer screen.
Yes.
It's incredibly difficult.
Yep. I agree.
And then things get interesting from the baseball side because you are going to have a state championship to play for.
Yes. And I talked to Jared, the head coach, a couple times. We've discussed this already. You're going to need every guy you can because we've got 33 games in like 40 some odd days, and you're going to need all the players you can. And if you finish 500 because of the lack of, practice or whatever, contact days, you might not be able to go for a couple weeks before you start getting a to see who's going to play and who's not. So it's the same for football, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's there's just so many questions. We talked about the recruiting aspect of it, where you're just hoping these kids get enough tape and to be able to put a halfway decent highlight tape together. That's a huge part of this as well, and then just the strategy part of it, as we talked about with some of these coaches. How are they going to play this? Are they going to play all seniors and go all seniors all the way through? Are they going to mix in? And I think we learned it's going to be a mix.
Right. And just like let's say with the spring sports with baseball, you're going to play multiple guys. You're going to see what you got. You're going to have to, because at some point, if it's a COVID situation, you're shut down.
All right. We're going to step aside and take a break. When we come back, we'll go out to the phone lines. We'll have John Ivelo, the head coach of your Bolingbrook Raiders, joining us. This is the spring week 1 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports. We'll be right back.
Cancel culture. Now they want to ban Dr. Seuss books. Watch Newsmax TV as it exposes cancel culture's dangerous agenda. Tune into Newsmax TV for blockbuster shows with Greg Kelly, Grant Stinchfield, Rob Schmidt, and more. Newsmax TV is on all major cable systems. If you don't get it, call your operator. Newsmax is free on smart TVs and Roku, YouTube, Zumo, and Pluto. And download the free Newsmax app on your phone and start watching. Millions already are. So should you.
It's all about the nose. It's your air filter, the first line of defense against bacteria and viruses. If too many germs get stuck in your nose, guess what? You get sick. That's why it's so important to keep your nose clean, just like washing your hands. Now there's a better way to keep your nose clean and help your body protect itself. It's called Navage Nasal Care. Navage uses powered suction to flush out allergens, mucus, bacteria, and viruses. At Navage.com, CVS, Walgreens, Bed Bath, Target, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur. I started my business in a dingy basement of a factory in 1986. Instead of customers, my visitors were rats, birds, flies, and snakes. To psych myself up that I was going to succeed, I wore formal business attire and a tie to that lonely factory basement every day. I needed help. That's why I created Patriot Software, to help small businesses with simple payroll for 1 to 100 employees. Our payroll starts at just $10 a month. And if you need help, we will help you for free. Go to PatriotSoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll processing free. That's PatriotSoftware.com.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
I'm one of thousands of women with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body.
I'm living in the moment and taking Ibrance, palbociclib. Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for postmenopausal women or for men with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Be in your moment. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com.
Patients taking Ibrance can develop low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infections that can lead to death. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs that can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are pregnant, breastfeeding, or plan to become pregnant. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Better sleep means a better you. That's why Mattress Firm came up with the Rest Assured Promise, featuring the best mattresses from America's best mattress brands. Like the Temper Breeze collection, available now, with a $300 instant gift good towards your choice of sleep accessories. Visit with our sleep experts in-store, online, or by phone to find the right bed for you. Only at Mattress Firm, America's #1 Tempur-Pedic retailer. Offer valid with qualifying purchase. Restrictions apply. Valid at participating locations only. For offer details, visit mattressfirm.com/sale.
Listening to this Allstate commercial about savings might be the hardest thing about getting those savings. Save for simply becoming an Allstate customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. Allstate. Minimum effort, maximum reward.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. DriveWise is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
What a year, what a winter. We can all use something to be happy about, and saving money is a good way to start. So why not reach out to my office, the Malloy State Farm office, to see what State Farm Bundle can do for you. Simply call 815-463-5800. Like a good neighbor, the team is there for you, and make sure you tune in on the first and third Monday of each month from 9:30 to 10 on WJOL to listen to our news segment, Helping Life Go Right.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Hi, this is Doug Boyd, General Sales Manager for 1340 WJOL. We want to thank you for listening and remind everyone to please support our local businesses, especially the businesses you hear on WJOL, because without these local advertising partners, there wouldn't be a WJOL for you to listen to. Thanks again for listening.
Your official home for Joliet and Will County sports is 1340 WJOL.
And welcome back. It is the spring week 1 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL. If you're watching us online, Joe's been suspended for the rest of the show.
Yeah, I'm sorry, people ran out of juice.
You can hear him. You can hear him, but he's no longer part of the video stream. And
sorry. They got enough to look at this mug, so.
Yeah, well. All right. Very excited, happy to bring in our next guest and someone that Again, Joe, you talk about teams that
yes, sir,
good talent back and not quite the talent he would have had back if we would have been playing in the fall, but we'll get into that a little bit.
Yep.
Our good friend John Ivola from the Bolingbrook Raiders joining us. And my friend, first of all, thank you for taking time, and please tell me you weren't outside in this today, were you?
We lasted out there, I think, about 45 minutes, and I said, let's go home.
I love about you, John. Let's go home.
Yeah, but we weren't getting anything done, and we have no indoor space because of all the new sports starting up.
Right.
We're hosting actually a badminton tournament season. And they're there the last season, senior night, that's what they call it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, and they had a big thing going on inside, so we had nowhere to go. So we cut it. We just got to our review and cut them loose.
How have practices gone so far?
Very good. Very challenging. It's definitely different. I think the biggest thing for us is big, beautiful school, but we still don't have enough space for however many programs we had to do at the same time.
Yeah.
So I know it's been a nightmare for our athletic director trying to schedule that and get with the soccer coach on a daily basis. Well, we did a 2-month calendar, basically, who's going to go early, who's going to go late, and, trying to schedule around games, JV games, lower level games, because a lot of the grass isn't ready. Everybody's got to use the turf. That's probably the biggest challenge so far.
John, when we talked, I think we talked to you the first night that we had the stream, maybe back in December, and
yes,
that seems like about 10 years ago. But again, we talked about, and there was a lot of uncertainty, and we didn't know. And I loved your answers. Hey, make up your mind. What do we want to do? We either play or we don't play or whatever. It's got to be a kind of a relief, not only to you but the kids, that you're going to have at least 6 games to play. And I think everybody's just very happy about that.
Our kids are so excited, so happy, and we don't hit a lot as a team
during the season, but let's face it, these kids hadn't had contact in a long time.
Yeah,
so we let them pad up and go live, a little goal line scrimmage the other day, and another couple periods, option periods, stuff like that, and let them go nuts on each other, and it looked good.
I don't think we're on the air because I can't hear anything here except for static.
Hello,
John.
I'm here.
Go get him. All right. Yeah, if you could still hear this, unfortunately, we're having a little issue.
Hello.
Trying to get that figured out. Hopefully we can get reconnected with John Ivola.
Let's take a break.
Okay. We're going to step aside and take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show. You're listening to Pigskin Preview on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News Talk Sports.
Better sleep means a better you. That's why Mattress Firm came up with the Rest Assured Promise, featuring the best mattresses from America's best mattress brands. Like the Tempur-Breeze collection, available now, with a $300 instant gift good towards your choice of sleep accessories. Visit with our sleep experts in-store, online, or by phone to find the right bed for you. Only at Mattress Firm, America's #1 Tempur-Pedic retailer. Offer valid with qualifying purchase. Restrictions apply. Valid at participating locations only. For offer details, visit mattressfirm.com/sale.
Listening to this Allstate commercial about savings might be the hardest thing about getting those savings. Save for simply becoming an Allstate customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. Allstate. Minimum effort, maximum reward.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. DriveWise is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Are you looking for your first home? Maybe you have a growing family. Or you are thinking about the right schools for your family's future. Call our dad, Brent Wilk of Wilk Real Estate at 815-230-5356. Our dad, Brent Wilk, will take great care of you because he treats all of his clients like family. Visit his website at chicagoareahomexpert.com. Or call him today. 815-230-5356.
Life is full of surprises, some good,
some not so good. That's why State Farm agent John Wright is here with good neighbor service and great rates for everyone. Yep, that's right. State Farm agent John Wright can give you great rates and great service. That's why he was one of a few selected as the best insurance agents in Will County by the Reader's Choice again in 2020. When you want the real deal, call John Wright in Joliet today.
Take the fear out of home improvement and tune in to 1340 WJOL every Monday at noon for the Prepare to Repair show with RJ Graham Plumbing. Through discussions with licensed experts, suppliers, and building officials from our local municipalities, Prepare to Repair will empower homeowners through education. With over 20 years of experience, Steve from RJ Graham Plumbing and his guests will cover the must-knows for your upcoming projects in this Homeowner Power Hour. Tune in every Monday at noon for the Prepare to Repair show with RJ Graham Plumbing.
It's a high school football season unlike any other we've experienced. The cold, crisp autumn nights have given way to the unpredictable spring weather here in the Joliet area. But regardless of when high school football is played here in Will County, we know that the passion, the hunger, and the excitement is there. Through COVID, through the lockdown, through remote learning, the wait is over. High school football is back.
It's back Friday night, 6 o'clock. Number 2 Bolingbrook at number 1 Lincoln Way East. Live on WJOL, WJOL.com, and on your smart speaker.
For all the scores, from football to basketball to baseball, it's WJOLsports.com.
And we're back. Everybody want to, first of all, apologize. We're running into a little bit of technical issue. From what I was told, you were able to hear us. We just having a little bit of internal issue going on here, so we apologize. But we are back up, and Evan's going to try here in a minute to reconnect with John Ivelo, and hopefully we can finish out the segment. Digging in a little bit about the Raiders, and we talked a little bit just before we brought him in about kids being excited to be back and dealing with the various issues. And we got John. Yeah, great.
Okay, good.
So we're going to slide John back in. John, appreciate that. Sorry for kind of dropping you there.
No problem. Give me time to get a bite of a sandwich.
There you go. What are we eating tonight, by the way?
I stayed in. I was cold and wet after practice. I came home, took a hot shower, and made me some homemade breakfast sandwiches.
There you go. Sounds good. We talked before we brought you in about you got a lot of your roster back, but not the full roster you had in 2020. And obviously you had some graduation and other kids that have moved out. I mean, you had some big names. I mean, I'm thinking of Justin right away. You had some big names that graduated and move on, which is a great thing, but you got to feel a little bit those kids not being able to have that one last chance in the fall, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. And until they've experienced college, when they forget all about high school, they only know high school football. So that is everybody's world until they graduate and move on to the next thing. Oh, this is nice too. But so no, definitely, I think it really bothered a lot of our kids, and we lost a bunch. A few moved away and a few graduated. So, but we just plug them back in.
John, who are some of the guys that Evan and I are going to be talking about Friday night at the game for you guys?
Oh, geez, that's
give me a few.
One. We've got some good ones back as well. I think the quarterback Vinny Messi.
Right.
This kid's been waiting to play for 3 years, and now he's going to get his shot. We got two of our running backs back from last year, Lynch and Jaquan Howard. They were a nice tandem last year, and they're both back. And, a couple, nice receivers. Andrew McElroy's back from last year. He, has really, upped his game in the offseason, along with Alex Tran, who does a little bit of everything.
Right.
Running back, quarterback, receiver. He's done it all and does it all for us still, too. Offensive linemen, we got two starters back from last year. Zahari Jefferson and Jack Garfield. So those, quite a few guys from last year's offense are back. And, on defense, it just, we always stack our defense. So they're going to be loaded and formidable, I think.
Yeah, some kid named Tyler McLaurin. He's okay.
Yeah,
he can play a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, no, he's pretty darn good. You're right. And, And there's just a whole slew of guys on the defense. Caleb Kelly's back. I got Bobby Anderson, who's this be mainly his first year playing, but he's in the program for about 3 years and waiting his turn quietly behind some good players. And then we got a really good linebacker core, I think, in my opinion. I've got about 3 or 4 guys right there at the same level where they could all start and play, and we probably will rotate them all, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Secondary, the little Walters, the youngest one, Damon, safety steps in. He's only a sophomore. And, Arius Walker's back from last year. He played a lot for us. And another Pringle. We've all heard the Pringles over the last 10 years at Bolingbrook if you've been around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no, we're going to be just fine, I think. Especially defensively, I always get excited. We like to play that aggressive style of defense, and are fun to watch.
Yeah,
not fun to be across from in practice, but
yeah,
makes us better.
I mean, I'm really excited for Vinny Messi. These
Yes.
6 games. I mean, there's a kid that has been through it and finally was getting his chance, and of course this thing hits and outlimits him the 6th game. Talk to fill people in about his recruiting, and he ends up signing with the Grand Valley State, a terrific D2 program. But again, that was really hard for him because of no senior tape.
Oh, we were so excited because usually we'll get 40, 50 schools in our building, at our weight room, out on the field, watching us, work out, do stuff. And I told him, I'm like, oh, hey, don't worry about recruiting. You're going to have 50 schools in here watching in person. Wrong. Really, I didn't have answers for the kids at that time. Usually, they get to showcase themselves. They don't have to go to camps or go anywhere else. Everybody comes to our school. And we didn't have that. It was very weird this year. And for the longest time, I didn't have answers for the guys. But now most of our guys have gotten picked up. But Vinny was one with no real varsity tape, and just nobody really knew about him. And he's about 6'2". He's about 195 pounds.
Great
he can run. He can throw. Can you guys hear me still?
Yeah, no, we can hear you, John.
We can hear you.
Okay. But, and it's just, so basically he went out and sent his own film out and did some different things, and actually went up to Grand Valley and worked out and did some stuff. I don't know what he had at camp or whatever up there, and they took him. They had a guy decommit on them, and they took him. So good for Vinny.
Yes. Well,
I know they're going in kind of blind. They're taking a chance, but they liked what they saw.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm thrilled to see what he's able to do, and again, nothing easy. Right out of the gates, Lincoln Way East, of course.
Yeah.
And those games are always at Lincoln Way East, John. Why?
It seems like that, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to let you guys in on a little stat. We have never beaten them at their place.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's, I think
It's
we've
always
only
the
beaten
first
them
time, though.
Yeah, we've only beaten them 4 times altogether. And I think we came close twice within a touchdown or something. But other than that, yeah, no, they've had our number. So, and especially when we go there. So, and I'm not superstitious at all. Cough, cough. But we're trying to figure out the right combination to wear of uniforms, or if it's not that, it must be the route we took or where we warmed up. So we're constantly trying to change it, and nothing's worked yet. So
hopefully you'll get that figured out between now and Friday night.
Yes.
Again, that's the
Trust me, like you said, it's not that they're hard to prepare for. It's just it's more trying to prepare our kids for what we're up against. I mean, they're going to line up in this technique and do this, but the intensity and just the discipline that they play with is just something you can't match. You don't see.
Yep.
And they are physical.
John, appreciate it as always, my friend. Good luck tomorrow or Friday night.
Yeah. Good
Real
luck,
quick,
John.
last thing, you guys were talking about Tony Juarez, one of my favorites as well. And then, Coach Leck over at West used to be a Bolingbrook Raider. And fear not, they got a guy that I watched some film on by the name of Enador Koo, and I think he's going to surprise a lot of people this year. So West will be fine.
There you go.
All right, my
guys.
friend. Thank you.
Hey, see you Friday, John.
All right, guys. Bye-bye.
All right, John Ivelo joining us. And again, want to appreciate him hanging in there and
Yes.
appreciate you hanging in there with us. Well, we got through one week.
Yes, indeed.
I guess we'll be back. We'll find out if we're back for another week, but we'll see how it goes.
Yes.
Want to thank our guests. Want to thank all the coaches that joined us, you for listening and watching at home. And we'll be back here every Wednesday for the next 5 more weeks, talking IHSA football, and we'll have more guests and look forward to welcoming everyone back in. So for the coach, Joe Rodriguero, for Evan Bredesen, I am Edgy Tim. You have been listening to the spring week 1 edition of Pigskin Preview here on 1340 WJOL, Will County's News, Talk, Sports. Good night, everybody.
From the Abri Credit Union Studio, this is Will County's News, Talk, Sports. WJOL, Joliet. It's a high school football season